Hello, everyone. Today, we are not going to a boardroom. We are not going to a product launch. We are going to a sun-drenched university campus in 2005. We are here to witness a speech, a 15-minute talk given by a college dropout that would go on to be viewed hundreds of millions of times and inspire a generation. The speaker was Steve Jobs. The place was Stanford University. He was at the height of his second act at Apple. The iPod was a global phenomenon, and the iPhone was a secret project brewing in his labs. To the world, he was a triumphant genius. But privately, he was a man living on borrowed time. Just a year earlier, he had undergone surgery for a rare form of pancreatic cancer. He was facing his own mortality, and so when he stood before those graduates, he had a choice to make. What do you say when you might not have much time left? What is the one true lesson you want to leave behind? This is the story of that choice. We will go inside the mind of Steve Jobs to understand not just the three stories he told, but the profound thinking that led him to tell them. This is the mind story of the Stanford commencement speech. The Steve Jobs of 2005 was a different man from the brash, arrogant prodigy who had been fired from Apple 20 years earlier. He was now 50 years old. The wilderness years founding Next and building Pixar had humbled him and enriched him. He had become a father and a husband, and most significantly, he had faced death. In 2003, a routine scan revealed a tumor on his pancreas. The doctors told him it was an incurable form of cancer and that he should prepare to say his goodbyes with maybe 3 to 6 months to live. Imagine that diagnosis. The man who micromanaged every aspect of his reality was suddenly faced with the one thing he could not control, his own mortality. But by a stroke of luck, a later biopsy revealed it was a rare, operable form of pancreatic cancer. He had the surgery and for a time believed he was cured. This brush with death was a profound, life-altering experience. It stripped away all the non-essentials. As he would later say, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. So when Stanford invited him to speak, he wasn't interested in giving a typical go-get-'em graduation speech. He wasn't there to talk about business strategies or technological trends. He felt a deeper responsibility. He saw a sea of bright young minds about to start their own stories, and he wanted to give them a real map, a true compass. A compass forged not in success, but in failure, loss, and the stark awareness of life's fragility. He decided he wouldn't offer advice. He would simply tell 3 stories. That was it. No big deal. Just 3 stories from his life. So, a commencement speech. What do I say to them? 1,000 bright kids, all polished and perfect, ready to go out and follow the rules. I never followed the rules. I dropped out. Should I tell them that? Should I tell them to drop out? No. That's not the lesson. The lesson isn't about the dropping out. It's about what happens after. The calligraphy class. It seems so random, so pointless at the time. But then, the Mac, the beautiful typography. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. That's it. That's the first story. It's not about college. It's about trust. It's about having faith that the seemingly random steps you take, the curious paths you wander down, they will mean something. You have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. It's a story about faith in the journey. Okay, what's next? The firing. God, that still hurts. The public humiliation. The feeling of being a failure. Do I really want to talk about that? In front of all these people? At the height of my comeback? It shows weakness, but it was the most important thing that ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again. It freed me. It led to Next. It led to Pixar. It led to Lorene. It led to my family. Losing everything was the only way I could find everything. Yes, I have to tell them that. They need to know that failure isn't the end. It's a redirection. It's a painful gift. It's a story about love and loss and how they are intertwined. A longer pause, the music becomes even more somber. And the third story, the big one, death. Do I talk about the cancer, It's so personal, so raw. I told everyone I was cured, but I know this thing is a shadow that will always be there. It's the closest I've come to dying, and it changed everything. It made everything so clear. All the noise, all the expectations, all the pride, it just vanished. You realize your time is limited, that every single day is a gift. This is the most important thing I can tell them. This is the one secret. Don't wait. Don't live someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma. Your time is limited. I have to say it. It's the truest thing I know. It's not a sad story. It's a story about how to live. It's a story about remembering to die so that you can truly begin to live. Connecting the dots, love and loss, death, that's it. That's the speech. No business advice, no tech predictions. Just 3 stories, just the truth, my truth. That inner monologue reveals a man who has stripped away everything but the essential truths of his life. The speech is a masterpiece not because of its rhetoric, but because of its brutal honesty. Let's analyze the 3 pillars of wisdom he chose to share. Pillar number 1, the trust in the unseen path, connecting the dots. This is a philosophy for navigating uncertainty. Jobs' story of the calligraphy class is a powerful metaphor. At the time, it was a decision based purely on curiosity. It had no practical application. It was, by all accounts, a waste of time. But 10 years later, that useless knowledge became the soul of the Macintosh's beautiful typography, a key differentiator that set Apple apart. The lesson is profound. You cannot plan every step of your life. The most valuable assets you will acquire are often the result of following your curiosity, not a predefined career plan. We must have faith that the dots, the strange jobs, the pointless hobbies, the random classes will connect in the future. It's a call to embrace the meandering journey of life, not just the destination. Pillar number 2, the transformative power of loss, love and loss. This is a lesson in resilience. Being fired from Apple was a public execution of his career. It was a profound loss. But in his reflection, he reframes it not as a failure, but as a gift. Why? Because the loss of his success forced him to become a beginner again. It freed him from the weight of his own legend. This freedom allowed him to create his most creative works, Next and Pixar. The insight here is that our greatest moments of growth are often born from our moments of greatest loss. Setbacks are not roadblocks. They are redirections. They clear the path of what we thought we wanted to make room for what we truly need to become. It's a radical acceptance of the painful but necessary cycles of life. Pillar number 3, the creative clarity of mortality, death. This is the most powerful pillar. Jobs shared his cancer diagnosis not to elicit pity, but to share the incredible gift it gave him: clarity. The awareness of death, he argued, is the single best tool for making the big choices in life. Faced with the finality of our existence, all the small fears, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of what others think, simply evaporate. All that remains is the essential. The lesson is a direct call to action. Your time is limited, so stop wasting it living someone else's life. This is not a morbid thought, it is an empowering one. It is a tool to cut through the noise and distractions of modern life and focus only on what gives your life meaning and purpose. Remembering you are going to die is the best way to remember you have to live. Steve Jobs wasn't speaking just to the Stanford graduating class of 2005. He was speaking to all of us across time. So how do we apply these profound and somewhat intimidating lessons to our ordinary lives? First, learn to trust your own dots. Look backwards at your own life. What was the calligraphy class you took? The seemingly random job, the failed relationship, the strange hobby you picked up? Can you see now how those dots connected to bring you where you are? The lesson is to continue collecting interesting dots now, without needing an immediate justification. Take that pottery class. Learn that coding language. Read that history book. Don't ask, what's the ROI on this? Ask, am I curious about this? Trust that your future self will find a way to connect them. Second, reframe your failures. We all have a love and loss story, a job we were fired from, a business that failed, a dream that didn't come true. It's easy to see these as scars, as evidence of our inadequacy. The challenge from jobs is to see them as gifts. Ask yourself, what lightness did that failure give me? What did I become free from? What new path did it force me to explore? By changing the story you tell yourself about your failures, you change their power over you. They are not endings. They are the plot twists that make your story interesting. Finally, use death as your advisor. This is the hardest but most practical lesson. You don't need a cancer diagnosis to do this. Simply ask yourself every morning, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? If the answer is no for too many days in a row, you know you need to make a change. This question is a powerful filter. It cuts through procrastination and fear. It forces you to prioritize what truly matters to you, not what is expected of you. It is the ultimate tool for living a life of purpose and authenticity. Steve Jobs' Stanford speech was his gift to the world. It was a condensed summary of the most painful and profound lessons of his extraordinary life. He chose not to talk about the iPod or the Mac. He chose not to talk about profits or market share. He chose to talk about the messy, unpredictable, painful, and beautiful business of being human. The three stories are a powerful tripod for a well-lived life. Have the faith to follow your own strange path. Have the resilience to find the gift in your greatest losses. And have the wisdom to live every day with the urgency and clarity that only an awareness of death can provide. In the end, his message was incredibly simple, and it is the same message he embedded in every product he ever created. Stay hungry, stay foolish.